Over the last couple of years, I've seen an increase in YouTubers and Twitch streamers that deal with gaming, moving across from just simply playing them to either creating them, which I think is fantastic, or to a lesser exciting twist, getting a themed game around their community or their personality built by another developer. And this brings me to DGGWare, a collection of WarioWare microgames, 65 in total, packaged together as DGGWare, which all centre around the streamer Destiny and their community. Now, I'm going to sound very old. I don't know who Destiny is. I wouldn't know them from Adam if they slapped me in the face and said, "I'm Destiny, bitch." But the whole point around this is that if you don't know their community and you don't know their in-jokes and humour, you're probably going to be at a disadvantage about engaging with this game, as I certainly was, trying to pick out some of the nuances and the things that the games are trying to send up. Because everything in DGGWare is built around memes, meme culture, and either sending up of things that happened in the chat during live streams that have then become like anecdotal things or catchphrases for the community to pull out. Or it's sometimes quite poor taste on purpose humour, sending up of politics, world events, pop culture, chat drama, art, all of that kind of stuff all together. And the real litmus test for this is the really poor humour of doing a fly the plane into the building as a micro game to see whether you can bring the buildings down. And we all know what it's sending up. It makes it really quite awkward in that I shouldn't really be playing this, but now I can't help it type way of things. And there's only a couple of games that are like that. But your litmus test for whether or not you even want to touch this game is based on that micro game alone. If you get beyond that, and I look at this from a pure game design perspective, there's 65 micro games and they do feature lots of different styles of gameplay. Some are dodge 'em up, some are fishing, some are stealth, some are cleaning the garbage off of someone's face, some is like avoiding being chased by school bullies, there's like an asteroids-y clone in here as well, and they're all quite fast and like 5 to 7 seconds maximum. The problem is that when you get back to that whole it's based around Destiny's communities and the memes, is that sometimes you're not quite sure what you're supposed to be doing or what right is unless you're involved in that community. And I had to go off to a specialised wiki page to understand some of the game mechanics and what I'm supposed to be doing. Particular ones are when you're trying to like sort out food for what goes on the plate and what goes in the bin, and that's based off of chat. So you're trying to adhere to the different sound samples that are taken from live streams and inserted into the game to see if they can give you any clues, but they just didn't. And I came across that repeatedly. And so this was very much a whimsical buy for me because I love a mini game and a micro game collection, and I just wanted to like complete my set, so to speak. But not only did some of the quite crass representations of pop culture not really land perfectly for me, and kind of made me feel a bit icky, I also had that disconnect of just not understanding and feeling part of the humour that it was trying to send up. And so it feels like a very gated, closed community game to some degree, despite actually some of the gameplay mechanics being quite well done. The way how this game works, if you are interested, is that it will pick 10 micro games and give you like a level 1 difficulty. And once you clear those, you then level up to a level 2 difficulty, again pulling from those 65 games in groups of 10. And each time you go up the difficulty, you're expected to do more or complete more within the same time frame. And so it will eventually kind of cash you out with a certain score of how many micro games that you've completed. And that setup works very well and is tied to an online leaderboard if you want to get really competitive. But you may never want to get there because it's so obtuse to try and get your foot in the door with what is clearly a very self-referential game that doesn't help anyone that's not part of that community get involved in it. DGGWare is out now. Higher Plane Games is part of the Higher Plane Network, a completely independent media outlet supported by people like you. The goal is to create the best possible content that cultivates a richer indie scene for games as well as music and entertainment. To find out more and to get involved, visit patreon.com/higherplane-network. Your support makes all the difference, and in return you'll gain access to bonus content and downloads. Thank you for watching.